Alright guys, we're here at my home church, at Marks Point Baptist Church actually, and I had the privilege of talking with Austin Davis. He's the drummer for Kari, Jobe. And what's up, Austin?
What's up?
We're just gonna kind of go around his kit and kind of look at some of the gear that he's using and some of the stuff he likes. So take it away, my man.
Cool. Alright, so I guess we'll just start with the kit. This is a 68 Ludwig. I don't actually know what series or model it is, but it's kind of a cool story. My uncle gave me this kit, so I didn't have to pay for it. It was kind of just passed down to me. It was the kit he learned on as a kid, and I kind of like cleaned it up, and it's like my favorite kit in the whole world. But this is a 13-inch rack tom, 16-inch floor tom, 22-inch kick drum, and yeah, that's all I'm working with as far as shells for right now. Thinking about adding more to the kit soon. But
Sweet.
This is a Ludwig Black Beauty 6.5 by 14 snare drum. It's my go-to for everything. I barely go anywhere without it. And yeah, and then so head-wise, I use all Evans heads. On the kick drum I use, I'm kind of trying out their new EMAD calf tone head right now.
Okay.
I normally just use a coated EMAD, but this thing sounds really cool. And then I always use G2s, coated G2s on the toms.
That's what I used to, man.
Yeah.
I love those things.
And this one is kind of unique. I've used this for years. Is the black hydraulic head, and a lot of people ask me why I use a black one. They don't make them in white, or else I'd totally have it be white, because I like the uniformity of like having all the same color. But to me, like, it just feels the best of like all the Evans heads that I've tried, and it really just helps me get like this fat, dark sound out of it, and it has like this amazing attack to it that I really love. I don't know why, it just like kind of feels more like a pillow hitting it, and that's what I like, rather than like really fast bounce back. And recently I've been using these Evans E-rings to kind of just take out some of the ring. I used to always use gaff or moon gels or whatever, but this kind of just, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily look cool, and a lot of people don't think they're cool, but it's, gets the sound that I want out of it.
Sweet. ProMark sticks, I see.
ProMark sticks, yes. I use 720 intruders. They're my favorites. They're kind of like in between a 5A and a 5B. They're longer. I think they're like 6.5 or 16.5 inches long. I like longer sticks, kind of like to choke up a little bit. And I kind of set everything a little bit further away, so that when I play, I kind of have to reach for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't really just sit back here. I kind of play more like this. So I like having longer sticks to kind of reach. I don't know, just weird thing. Alright, so cymbals. We'll start with the hi-hats. I play all is cymbal, agap cymbals. Here we have these are 18-inch crashes that I put together. So this is a traditional dark crash. And then on the bottom, I have a Sultan 18-inch crash on the bottom. It's really cool, kind of a brighter cymbal. And then here I have a 21-inch Mel Lewis ride with rivets. Sans the rivets. Not on purpose, they break off all the time, and I haven't bought new ones, so. But it sounds awesome with rivets. It still sounds good without it. It's just a little drier. And then this ride is a 24-inch Exist ride. It's awesome. I recommend it to just about anyone who's asking about a ride that they can like ping on and crash. But it's also thick. Like, it's a really thick ride, but it's kind of like really versatile. I use it for a lot of stuff. Right now I'm playing, I just sort of added this extra crash. I used to only play both rides here. I added this crash recently, and I've kind of been like filtering through a couple. Right now I have a 22-inch Exist crash out, which is awesome. It's kind of trashy, really fast, and I like it. I also have been using a 24-inch traditional dark ride as a crash there too, which is probably my favorite, and I'm probably going to switch back to that after this run. But hardware, I use pretty much all the DW hardware. 9000 pedal, those are my favorite. I have this Zorro beater on it. It's really cool. It just feels really good. It also I never break heads, which is nice because it's not pointed. It's just flat on there. I really like that. 9000 hi-hat as well.
How do you like the 9000 pedal? I know a lot of people say it's like almost too smooth. I've just heard that.
I do.
I play a 5, so.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I have a 5 as well that I use, and it's awesome. I feel like I can do different things with each one. I don't know why that is, but like, I try to set them as similar as possible. I don't know, like, 9000 has always just felt the best to me. I don't actually know why. I feel like you said, like, I have to like work. I don't have to work as hard with it.
Yeah,
I feel like 5000 has a little bit like. I feel like the response is a little bit quicker. I don't know even if that's the right term, but I don't actually know why I like it. It just feels the best. But yeah, so I think that's all the drums.
Cool, man.
I've got this SPD SX. I wish they would make that less complicated to say.
Yeah, no kidding.
I use it just to play samples at the moment. I used to run it as, like I would do just the main 6 pads as samples and then run this as a MIDI controller to Ableton. But I stopped doing that now that I have this keyboard here. So I run the tracks out of Ableton, and I run them in arrangement view, and I select the songs here with this keyboard, and it's awesome.
So you've got a button per song, and then
yeah, basically for all the songs that like there are tracks on, I have a note, for each one. And then I have a few of them that are just set to tempos, like flow tempos. Like we do, most slow worship songs are in 72 BPM. So there's like a 72, 62, 69, 74. And I kind of like, anytime we're flowing, I kind of just go between those. Because most of this, especially because Kari does a lot of slower songs. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and there's a start and stop here. Yeah, I think that's it.
Sweet, man. And I see you got a backup back here too, right?
Oh yeah, the snare that I hold my LaCroix and my phone on. No, this is it's a Gardner. This guy Brad Gardner makes them in Dallas. Really cool guy. It's I'll show you. It's a 6.5 by 14 aluminum snare, and I use it as my backup. It's awesome. Oh, some people ask me about strands too. I use Pure Sound. My favorite are the 24 strand Custom Pros.
Okay.
They're the easiest to install, and I just feel like I get the best like sound and attack out of them that I want. They're awesome. I recommend them to everybody. I mean, I like the 30 strand, but there's something about these that the way it lays on the bottom that I think is the smoothest. And again, I have the hydraulic on top.
Nice.
And I use these Gauger Percussion locks. They're a little bit complicated to install. You kind of like, in taking off your head and stuff is kind of difficult, but in the end, they're awesome. They're the best lug locks I've ever used. I barely have to tune. I never have to tune during the set anymore, which is amazing.
Sweet.
I just kind of do it before every show. But yeah, that's
cool,
pretty much it.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for letting me take a tour around your kit, Austin. And you got a new EP out, right?
I do have an EP out. It released earlier this year. It's just under my name, Austin Davis. It's like a worship project that me and a buddy made by ourselves, basically. And yeah, really proud of it.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
We'll tell everybody to go check that out, too. So,
yeah.
thanks, man. We appreciate it, bud.
Thank you.